Hey guys, this is White Knight Studios, and today we are on the realm of Vastin, even though this isn't an official Vastin episode. This is going to be a real quick channel update while we're doing some work on Vastin. So, number one, yes, I am semi-back. My hand is better. It is still broken, but I am allowed to not wear my cast 24/7, and what the doctor said, my orthopedic specialist, he said actually being at a keyboard and playing video games and actually typing out will help it heal a lot. So that's something that I am going to be doing. But that still means I'm out for the rest of the football season. Which, we only have, this week is our final week of official play till playoffs. But, yeah, so there's gonna be no other video this month, and next month is gonna kind of be the same. I think there's gonna be a couple next month, but I couldn't tell you when. So what's going on is October 29th. I am going to be in Indianapolis. And what's going to happen there is I'm at National Convention for the FFA. And while I'm there, we are going to be touring Indianapolis, and what it sounded like we may go back to my hometown, which is where I was born, in Chicago, and that will be interesting to go see, because I haven't been there for over 16 years. Well, not even that. That's an over exaggeration there. I haven't been there in 15. But yeah. One other thing that is happening due to that is I'm not at home. I'm going to be in the Midwest, which, as most of you know, I live in the Pacific Northwest. No, I don't live in the Hawaii's and all that stuff. But yeah, that's going on. Another thing that's going to come up. I am on the history of Vastin. That's going to slow down for that's what we've been doing is going to slow down on there. So I will say that plan in just a minute. I forgot to say this. For those of you who saw that single episode of Skycrafters, yeah, that series is kind of done now. Nash, bless her heart, she's been doing everything she can, but she is in college in Hawaii. So she just couldn't afford to keep it going at this time, and most of the people have played through the mod pack. I played through most of the mod pack. I just had time issues of trying to record and all that. My island wasn't the best looking one, but it was the most advanced. But other than that, so this part of the video, this little section is kind of going to get a little dark. I have not been in the best headspace recently. And you guys are going to start seeing that in my writing a little bit. Because how my brain works, I'm into like something super duper for a while. And usually that is like me getting super into law and I can understand every little bit, or when I get super into music and I'm able to write beautiful pieces, but I think they're garbage. And when I get super into it, that's all I want to do, and if I try to do something else, it's not going to happen. But most people know that if you because of that, you can't force me to do something. If that it is going to be if I'm forced, it comes out like crap. And right now, something is kind of getting forced that doesn't want to happen. And it's a school related thing. It's just a class that I really don't want to take, but I'm getting forced to still take it, even though I'm not required to. And it's whatever. And yeah, but because of where my headspace has been, a lot of my writing is going to be a little bit darker. So, but to think about it, most of the works that are honestly a little bit darker than most is usually some of them that have the greatest storytelling. And what the plan is, I'm going to go back and rework some of these stories. Is we're going to be following instead of going back and continue telling the histories of the realm, like telling the history of Port Bray and all that stuff, which I do have written. I just have to deal publish them and such is kind of gonna get put on hold. And if you guys are kind of getting confused, I'm sorry. My brain is in that kind of mood. But what we're gonna tell stories about is we're gonna tell the darker side of Vastin a bit. We're gonna tell stories about people such as the gods when they come back down to earth and the angels and all that stuff from the religion of old. And some of them, with their experiences on earth, are going to seem a bit dark because of the time that they are in. Some of the other bits, I'm gonna show how the priests of the Church of the End, how their minds are going through their indoctrination, and some of them are super excited, but the ones that are more um, that are like considered the higher ups in the head of the dragon, to kind of say, because they're from the because of their script, they they um they have a darker aspect in their brain, like a psychological disorder. And that's going to be with a lot of them. I do have psychological disorders that are going to be associated with people. And some people know that I have psychological disorders and a lot of people do. And what I'm trying to do with these stories, I'm not trying to like normalize and say, "Oh, these are the most important." I'm going to they're not. They're the ones that I have experience with. Cuz my because of how what I am and what my family and how my life has actually been, most of the people in my family actually has mental disorders, and we fall onto different areas and spectrums of different things, even though we may not seem like it. And it's just everybody reacts a little bit different. So you're going to see little different things, but you're still going to see the main points that I'm trying to build across. And some of these stories are going to have a long line of it, where it's going to be a long story until the psychotic break fully happens, and you can see the full devastation of what has been caused to this person. But you get to be through that entire journey, and you get to see exactly what is going through their head, I want to say. Um, I will be putting in all my research and all that stuff in the description of the videos. and saying um, basically basics of what needs to be kind of helped out with, of what this disorder was, what are the symptoms, and how to, if you believe you have it, how to get help with treatment. Because most of these systems, there was a great video essay I've watched on how the psychology and of these work and all that stuff, that most of the people use some of these as coping mechanisms, and they believe that certain things are for the weak, and that's not necessarily true, but it's better for them to talk it out with. And I will always have that stuff down in the description when I have something like that. And there will be a little warning explaining what's going to happen down kind of for you guys, because I don't, if you don't want to watch that, I don't feel like you should be required to sit and it's gonna tell you, because I don't want you guys to get mental hurt yourself or see issues with that. I'm trying to expose you a little bit to show that, hey, this goes on and it's kind of normal, but this is what needs to happen, and it should not, you should not be felt discriminated and left out, and you're not alone in this step and walk and all that. So, sorry, but that's the dark part, and that bit is now over. My yeah, my voice is kind of dead because of what we did last night. We played a football game and against a team in against our homecoming, and it was a very corrupt game. But on the other side of that, um, I may have a secret surprise coming up with you guys in the future to show you. Some things are in the works, at least with me and at work and other things, so we will see how it goes. So I would like to thank you all for watching and have a nice day. Bye.